rush, come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy, and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. Hebrews 4:16, Hebrews 4:16, Hebrews 4:16, Hebrews 4:16, Hebrews 4:16.
Hey boys and girls, I'm at the church right now and I'm standing beside of this tree and I am in biblical Bible clothes, and I'm doing that for a reason. In our lesson this week, we're talking about Noah. And in our lesson, they begin to ask us, hey, can you imagine what it felt like to be them? So I've got that idea. Why not actually try to think about what they must have felt? First of all, the world was full of sin. It was full of sin. The Bible tells us that God saw the sinfulness of people's hearts. He was sad that he had even made them. He said, I created people, but now I will destroy them. Wow. There was one righteous man named Noah who found favor with God. Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And God said to Noah, because of sin, I will destroy the earth and all the people with a flood. So make an ark out of cypress wood. God told Noah how to build the ark. He said, when I flood the world, everything on earth will die, but I will make a covenant with you. Enter the ark with your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives. Bring 2 of every animal into the ark, 1 male, 1 female, and they will be kept alive too. Noah did everything God commanded. Then Noah, his family, and the animals went into the ark. It rained for 40 days and nights. God flooded the world until everything on earth died. But the ark floated on water. Then God sent a wind over the earth and the water receded. Noah sent out a dove from the ark 3 times. The second time it returned with an olive leaf tree or an olive branch. The third time it didn't return. And Noah knew the water had dried up. God told Noah, come out with your family. Noah built an ark and made sacrifices to God. Or Noah built an altar and made sacrifices to God. God said, when you see a rainbow in the sky, it is a promise that I will never again destroy the whole earth. This is my covenant with all of life on earth. So see, you and I, we naturally, today is cloudy. If I were to have Deanne to take the camera that is in front of her recording me, you would see how cloudy it was in our church area. But you know what? You and I don't even think anything of that. When we see gray clouds, what do we know? We know it's going to rain. But imagine never having had rain before. Can you even think about that? Like yesterday, we had thunderstorms. You all know what that's like. And they may seem a little bit scary, but let's face it, we're used to them. We know we've had thousands of them in my life, probably hundreds in yours. We really don't think anything of it. As a matter of fact, we pray for rain. Think about that. Yesterday I was talking to the guy who mows our grass here at church, and he said, well, we needed the rain, didn't we? See, God even used something that he used thousands of years ago to destroy. Now he uses it to make our fields and our our agricultural, our land. It brings them moisture now. So see, you and I, we're used to it. But I want you to think about something. Imagine God calling you to take wood and to build an ark. Now imagine, no one had ever seen this before. They made fun of Noah. They laughed at him. They laughed at, his family. But Noah was faithful to what God asked him to do. Think about that. Many of you have served the Lord. Many of you have to go into our schools, and if they were to say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And you say, well, I'm going to go to church. What? Go to church? But see, you are faithful to God, and you are faithful to His commands. And because of that, God sees your faithfulness and is pleased. And God was pleased with Noah. God was very pleased with Noah. He listened to God. He built an ark. And guess what? I'm going to show you what happens. Because I want you to think about something. Think about never experiencing something before, and then all of a sudden you get to experience it. I wanted to kind of know what that was like. So I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. I'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, so just think, here Noah was. He had been working endlessly to get this ark ready. And then the miracle of the animals, because we can't forget that, right? But can you even imagine what a call it was to be someone who had to build that ark? Someone who had to, gather all the animals, although God kind of worked that out and they came. We didn't have to, they came 2 by 2. But imagine the type of work that was going to be on the ark. So Noah had a whole entire, other thing that he had to worry about, because now he's finished the ark, the animals are there, but now he has to think and plan ahead. How many of you have ever gone away from home and you have mom just, gosh, I got to get everything right. Now let me just make these lists of things that I need. Because you can imagine, how is he going to feed the animals? How is he going to feed his family? Who's going to take care of the animals? What type of jobs are going to be needed just to be able to take care of everything on that ark? But God gave Noah wisdom. And what an exciting thing to think about, that God planned this and put it into the heart of Noah and gave him the wisdom and direction to do it. Finally, everything is set. The ark is finished. So we can imagine that. The animals have come. I couldn't even imagine what that would have been like, because that would be better than any zoo. Every animal on the earth coming into the ark. And all of that is taken care of. Noah has everything planned out, and then something happens. Because you have to remember, and this is the really awesome, exciting part, is he felt something. He's by the ark, and then all of a sudden, have you ever been playing outside and you got one little sprinkle, and then you got another little sprinkle, and then before long you look up and wow, oh my goodness, right? Can you imagine what that must have felt like for Noah? Can you imagine what that must have seemed like? Because they had never ever felt it before. You and I were used to it, but this was something new. How amazing God is. He promised that he would take care of Noah, and he did. And there was the rain. Can you imagine what the others must have felt like who had not listened to Noah? When all of a sudden they're just soaking wet, but they can't get into the ark because the ark's already shut. Oh my goodness sakes. It's something to think about, isn't it? When God tells us to do something, we want to be able to do it. when God asks us to do something, we want to be able to do it. We don't want to be caught in the rain, caught where God doesn't want us. We want to be safe in the ark. So remember, kids, play it safe. Live for God. Listen to His Word. You and I, we enjoy the rain when it comes. We love to get out and play in it. But guess what? They didn't. But what came after the rain? The rainbow. So God's promises are faithful and true. I just love you. I just thank you for listening. And remember, God is faithful to His promise. Oh my God.